Welcome back everyone to my channel. Stick around. I've got a good story today. I come to you a little bit aggravated over this story. The story is about a high school principal in the state of Arkansas that was being investigated for a meth lab on the school campus. The reason I'm aggravated over this, he was found to, once he was questioned, they said they didn't have enough evidence to put him at the scene of the meth lab. He was drug tested by the school and flunked the drug test for methamphetamine. This man was fined $500 and his teaching privileges was suspended for 1 year. But after 1 year's time, this man will be able to go back to his job as a teacher and then ultimately back as a principal of a school to where he is the one in charge of running the school. How is this fair? You take someone that has been convicted of drugs, spent their time in prison, but when they get out, they're a felon. They can't work at a school. They can't own an automobile dealership. They can't own a bar. They can't vote in some states. How is this fair? I'll use a friend of mine that I've met online named Jessica Kent. Jessica in 2011 was sentenced to serve 5 years in the state penitentiary for possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell and simultaneous possession of a firearm. Her drug being methamphetamine, or meth for short. She spent her 2.5 years in the state pen. She had a baby while she was in the pen. She turned her life around. Now then, it's been almost 10 years now. Jessica has been sober, has been drug-free now for 9.5 years. She has since then regained custody of her daughter. She has got a bachelor's degree from college, but yet she cannot work at a school. She cannot own a bar. She cannot own an auto parts store. There are certain places where she cannot work because she is a convicted felon. There are certain places that will not even rent an apartment to her. How is this fair? She did her punishment for her crime. She has changed her life, but yet she is still being punished for what she did as a 21-year-old. Whereas this man makes basically the same mistakes that she made. He gets caught under the influence of methamphetamine in a school, and he gets a slap on the wrist. This is what's wrong with the law today. We have to make these changes. When a person is sentenced to prison and they serve their time, their punishment needs to be over. We don't need to continue to punish that person for the rest of their life. This is why convicts keep going back to prison. When they get out, they cannot get a good job because companies will not hire a felon. So what do? Here they've got fines, they've got restitution, they've got parole charges they have to pay, but yet they can't get a job. So they turn back to the life that can get them that money. That's why so many of them go back to selling drugs, because they can't get a decent job to pay their bills, to pay their fines. Once a person gets in the system, it is very, very hard for them to get out. I myself have a nephew that has served time in the Arkansas State Penitentiary for methamphetamine. When he got out, no one would hire him. He tried. He lived with me for a while. He tried. He went to numerous job interviews, to numerous companies to try to get on. All he could find was jobs that paid minimum wage. A man cannot make a living on minimum wage. We have to change this system to where these people have a chance once they get out. These people, there's a lot of them that's willing to make that change. I'm not saying that all prisoners are going to make that change, but it needs to be where the ones that want to change has an equal opportunity. We live in the United States, the land of the free. We're supposed to be free, but yet we continually lock these people away for long periods of time. Then when they get out, we just expect them to be pillars of society, but yet we will not hire them. We will not rent houses to them. I agree. A lot of them, the ones that are in there, deserve the time they get. They deserve the punishment they get according to our laws today. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying they need to be given an equal chance that when they get out, they have an opportunity. They have that chance to get back on their feet, to start their life over. And they've paid for the mistakes that they made by serving their time in prison. So why do we keep punishing them? Some of these people will never be able to work in a school, will never be able to do these things. It is not fair. The system is not fair, and we need to change it. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to hear more stories of this. I've got a lot more stories coming, people. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.